While episode number 27 was uploading, I thought I'm going to go back to the model table and work a little bit with that aluminum foil. But as you're going to see, it didn't work out too good. I got to figure out a way to keep that hinge from sliding around. And that aluminum foil, it's just way too soft and flimsy. Now we'll see if we can get this underneath without damaging that extremely fragile aluminum foil here. Now that was absolutely terrible. I guess it's a good illustration of how to make a rounded overbend. I don't know why I'm even showing this. Now I was thinking of putting a piece of this rubber underneath the hinge on this side here, but then there's too much of a, it's going at too much of an angle, and I wanted to keep this part here, which is what is going to be laying on the photo etch piece. I wanted to keep it flat. I didn't want it digging in. But then I was thinking, what if I put a little piece of rubber on this corner and a little piece on this corner, and just have this at an angle and this one flat. So I think I'm going to give that a try. That should work, and it will help to keep this from so easily sliding around while I'm working with it. May as well cut that nice and square. Okay, let's try that. So if I push down on there and here at the same time, yeah, that's a lot better. A lot better. I will give that a try. Well, you should be able to read that okay. It is the morning of worst case scenario day. Yeah, I think it went down to about minus 22 last night here in Winnipeg. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go plug my car in so I know it's going to start, just in case I get a call from the hobby store. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting, because they're not even open for another couple hours or so, I'm going to try this one more time. Now I stand corrected here. I just clicked up the weather, and it actually went down to minus 25 last night. Now, I would sooner have minus 25 and sunshine than a lot warmer and snow. I heard yesterday that Las Vegas had snow. When I think of Las Vegas, I think of nice and warm and an empty wallet. Okay, I've cut myself another little piece of aluminum foil here. And I'm going to see how am I going to do this. I'll hold it down like this, and then I can hold this down with this finger. That should work. Just get it underneath there. Try and get it square. Okay, let's say I wanted to bend it right there. So I'll hold this down, and I'll slide this under, and this time I'll be careful not to let the hinge slide. Now the idea is I should just go straight up like this and back. Yeah, I think it'll be okay, as long as I don't let the hinge slide. Well, it is 11:18 right now and still no call from the hobby store. However, this is CA medium. It's my own concoction. It's a little bit of thin and a little bit of thick, so I'm calling it medium. And when I was building models between 30 and 50 years ago, plastic models, we didn't use this. We just used that ordinary, the tester stuff, and, well, you know the stuff. And recently I've noticed that the hobbyists now are using a lot of CA. In fact, they recommend using CA glue to glue photo etch stuff to the plastic. And I noticed that some of them are using just toothpicks. And I was thinking, the toothpick, that's going to start the stuff here curing. And I was thinking, why doesn't it cure in the bottle? Well, it's probably because it's that high density polyethylene plastic. And then I was realizing that a milk jug is made of that same plastic. And I was thinking, why couldn't a person, cut up a milk jug into little strips and have them sort of pointed? Well, you know what? I'm just going to show you because it's getting kind of wordy here. Okay, this milk jug's been sitting on the counter by my sink for, going on 2 weeks now. With this in mind, actually. And I'm not sure how I'm going to go about it here, because there's only certain parts of it that you can actually use. I don't think I can use anything out of this. I drink a lot of milk, so I can probably make thousands of these things. Now, why don't I get the cutting board? Okay, I've had this cutting board for many, many years. And I'm just sort of thinking here, if I could just take like a hobby knife. I think I need something a little stronger than that. I'm going to go down to my workshop and get the utility knife. Oh, wait a minute, I just remembered I got this one here. It's not real sharp, but it might work. Now, my thinking is, these flat areas here, I should be able to make use of that. Okay, so what I would do, I would go like this. Okay. And I could use these little pointy ends here to apply the glue. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm just going to make a whole bunch like that. So what you can see here is that I'm cutting them in such a way that I'm ending up with a real sharp point here. And I washed this jug out very thoroughly because I didn't want there to be any protein or anything there, from the milk. And I believe that protein and, or grease from your fingers or anything like that will start to activate the CA glue. Now, I could be wrong. I'm not a chemist. I'm a woodworker. Now here's something else that I just noticed. Each one of those jugs has two little trays built into the sides. And to think I've been throwing these things out. Well, I won't be throwing them out anymore, at least not this part of it. Yeah, it's a nice little tray for, either mixing paint or maybe putting a little sample of CA glue in so that I can, dip it in and apply a very small amount to something. At least that's the plan. I hadn't put my recycle out this week, and I'm thinking, oh good, there's probably going to be a jug or two in there. Yes, there is. But you know what? This jug doesn't have it. You can see here where it's supposed to be, but it's just not there. Yep, be just my luck, I got the very last one, and they just don't do that anymore. Well, that's alright. It's not the end of the world. Anyway, let's try these out. I don't see why this shouldn't work. Now I realize I don't have my macro lens on, but I'm still moved in pretty close here. And let's assume I want to glue this little tiny piece right here, right onto the corner there. Well, my thinking is, if I take a little bit of CA like this, and then put it on the corner like that, then I take my tweezers. Hey, that wasn't supposed to happen. And I don't do retakes? Oh, here it is. Okay, we'll start again. Oh no. And I don't do retakes? I'm going to do a retake, I'm sorry. Now, I was going to delete that clip, but it was just too funny. I had to leave it in for you. Maybe I'm being ridiculous here. Okay, I'm going to take my little bit of CA glue and put it right here again. Now, in order to get that to set quickly, you could put some curing agent on it. But what if I had a flexible tube and I was to blow moist air through the tube right on that area? I think that would promote the curing. Anyway, I think it's going to work out okay. Now, so that you can get an idea of the size of that little sliver of wood, here's a Canadian dime. And a US dime is exactly the same size. Well, it's about 23 minutes after 2 and still no phone call. Even if I was to get the call now, by the time I get the car scraped off and got over there and got back, it'd be really too late to do a box opening video today. So hopefully between now and 6 o'clock Winnipeg time I'll get a call, in which case I'll go tomorrow. And yeah, And if you're wondering what these streamers are hanging down, I kept banging my head on the lights. Didn't hurt, but it was annoying because I kept doing it. Anyway, yeah. So I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully with good news.